What's going on, guys? Dave here, and in today's training I'm going to be going deep into the sustainable arbitrage model for Amazon. I'm going to be giving you my perspective and my point of view on how I was able to go ahead and build an Amazon business and within the first year get to a point where I was profiting consistent 10 to 20k months just in cash flow. This is going to be a different type of video. I'm really going to dive deep into the strategies, why the strategies work so well, what makes them different from maybe the traditional way of selling on Amazon and the other models that you might hear about, what separates it, why it works so well, and how you can go out there and actually implement these exact same strategies and what you need to do today to get you to a point where over the next several months, you can also build yourself a sustainable arbitrage model. And now, jumping into my screen, this is exactly how I structured it, how I still do to this day, and how it's allowed me to go ahead and build a 10 to 20k in profit. Okay, I'm talking about profit here, not revenue. A lot of people will say they make 30k profit, well, even though it is only revenue. This is straight profit in the pockets every single month, cash flow from an online arbitrage business. And I have one current virtual assistant. I have unlimited products to sell. Okay, I'm going to dive really deep into how we can actually do that. And I pretty much work 1 to 3 hours a day. Now, of course, some days are a little bit more hectic. I operate out of a warehouse. So some days I'm in the warehouse helping out, getting some prep out. But most of the days, it's just me checking over products, figuring out what I want to order. And again, usually that does not take more than 3 hours a day. So this business pretty much runs on autopilot. Now, before we dive deep into the business, I don't want you to watch this video if this is not meant for you, okay? I talked to a lot of people and they have very unrealistic expectations. So let's set this straight before we even jump into the training. This is not for you if you think this is a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? You essentially think this is going to be easy. Amazon is very simple. This model is pretty simple and it's not that complicated, but at the end of the day, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's simple, but it's not easy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So if you think this is a get-rich-quick scheme, you want to make passive income, this is not for you. Okay, if you are looking for passive income, semi-passive, this again is not for you. Now, this can be semi-passive. Again, like for me, again, I work a couple hours a day on it and it produces consistent cash flow. But in the beginning, it is the furthest thing from semi-passive. It takes lots of hours and commitment, especially if you want to scale this to 5-figure profit months. Now, can you treat this as a side hustle and make an additional $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month? Of course you can. You absolutely can. You could do that pretty quickly, but if you really want to scale to 5 figures, it's going to take lots of time, lots more money, capital. We'll touch on that as well. And again, this will never be passive income, but it can in a way be semi-passive, just like any other business can be kind of semi-passive when you implement the correct systems in it. Okay, it's the exact same thing for this business right here. And again, if you have no capital, you have less than 2K for inventory, this is probably not going to be for you. Honestly, I don't think you can even start Amazon business anymore unless you have at least like bare minimum $1,000. But like 2K is what you want to shoot for. This will plenty cover your softwares, all your other expenses, and you can still see a profit coming from it. A lot of people used to say you start with the retail arbitrage with like $100, but honestly nowadays, brand new account with no approvals, you're not going to be able to do this with retail arbitrage anymore. You have to do online arbitrage. So unless you lose a little bit of money in the beginning doing OA and then doing retail arbitrage when you get more sales and more approvals, maybe you could do that, but it makes no sense. Okay, so really save up some capital before you jump into this. Again, 2K is perfect to start with. The more, the better. Okay, but now we got that out of the way. Okay, this is not for you if this is what you think this business is. Like, who is this business for, right? This business is for you if you already have a successful career, but you want some additional income. Okay, I've noticed people that I work with, I consult on a one-to-one basis. The people that always figure it out are ones that have a very successful career and they want to make some additional income, and they just want like money for a boat or whatever they want money for, right? They just want some additional income. They always figure it out, okay? Or business entrepreneurs, ones that already run other businesses, but they want another business. They always figure it out. They have the most success because I think, people that have success already in other parts of their lives realize that this type of stuff takes time and they always see it through. So they put their mind to it. They want to get into it. They will be successful. So if that's you, then this business can be perfect for you. Okay, you understand that business takes time to grow and you are okay with delayed results. You have to be okay with delayed results. If you need to profit this following month, Amazon's not for you. No business is going to be for you. I don't care what anyone tells you. There's no such thing as a business that's going to pay you tomorrow. Everything takes delayed results, and Amazon's just like that. Okay. Typically, what I tell my students and clients is 90 to 120 days, we can get the system up and running to where you can start cash flowing predictably. Okay. So that's what you should be thinking of, 2, 3, 4 months. And then, you can start to see profits. You'll see your sales grow. And I recommend reinvesting to keep producing more cash flow in the future. But again, that's a decision that you can, undoubtedly come to a decision for. So if you're okay with delayed results, this business is perfect. All right. And again, you like systems, predictability, right? I know a lot of people think that Amazon OA and RA is like a side hustle that's just flipping random products. You can definitely systemize it, and that's what we're going to go over in this video today. How to systemize it, how to have predictability, the steps that you need to take to do that. If you like systems, predictability, then again, this is perfect for you. And again, the biggest thing of all, and this is the reason that I really got into this business, is I wanted a long-term business. I didn't want just a gimmicky side hustle. So I tried your drop shipping. I tried all these kinds of things, social media marketing agency, all these kind of things. And at the end of the day, all of those were kind of phases, and they really dry out, okay? Especially drop shipping stores. You don't see people drop shipping from 2017 and still drop shipping to this day. But I know a lot of Amazon sellers that have been selling since 2008, 2009, they started selling, and to this day, they're running massive operations, doing the same thing, just maybe at a higher scale with wholesale or something else, which we will definitely jump into in this video. Okay, so this is for you if you want to produce income for the next several years. You want to build a business and actually keep building it over the several months, because business is very fun when you're producing income. It's easy to invest in. It's easy to keep growing and spend time doing it because it's working, right? This is going to be a long-term business. This isn't just something you do for a month or 2 months, make a little bit of money and move on to something else. This is for you if you want to finally sit down and build a real business that you can predictably grow and turn into potentially your full-time thing. Or again, a lot of people, my students included, just want some additional income on the side, 4K, 5K, 6K, whatever that is. And again, this business is a very feasible one to start up and actually get to that level. So that's exactly who this business is going to be for. If you fit into these categories, this is you, then this will be something that you'll probably have success with, and one that I think you will very much enjoy. Now, before we jump more into it, like, why should you listen to me, right? Maybe this is your first time seeing my videos. Why should you listen to me? What do I know what I'm talking about? Well, look, okay, my very first full year of Amazon, I sold over $1 million in profit. By my 9th month, I was already producing $130,000 in revenue. If you don't believe me, go watch this YouTube video right here. It'll run you through that whole entire process. I literally share my whole number, my whole first year breakdowns, A through Z. You see how much sales I did month 1, month 2, month 3, products, how much margin each of them were, the profits, all that kind of stuff, right? So I share everything. No one else really does this online. Go watch that video if you want some more proof right there. But also, I actually started making videos on TikTok my 3rd month selling, right? So real quick, I want to jump to this video right here just so you can see, like, this is going to be a little cringy, but this was my first video I ever posted about Amazon. This was right around 3 years ago when I was into my 3rd month, and I was like, wow, this business actually works. I always liked making videos as a kid. So I was like, okay, let's start making videos. And throughout this whole entire process, I've now posted probably 2,000 videos on this TikTok page, which again, if you need more proof of what I do and how I help, and also just like how credible I am, go watch my TikToks. I can guarantee you will never find information like this online for free on my TikTok page. Go watch all the videos if you want to. Binge that. It'll teach you everything you need to know. But let's take a look at this video I posted, about 3 years ago. How I sold over $32,000 selling on Amazon in my first 2 months. Now, there's several different business models when it comes to selling on Amazon. You got private label, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, and wholesale. I'm sure there's other ones. Those are just the main ones that I'm going to be talking about. But my personal business model from the last 2 months has been 80% online arbitrage, then 20% wholesale accounts. Online arbitrage is a perfect model to get started in if you want to make a lot of money selling on Amazon very, very quickly. Much easier to scale than retail arbitrage. It's not as scalable as wholesale, but for entry level, it is very, very easy. Whereas wholesale is more of a relationship building. Online arbitrage is just being good at sourcing products. Essentially, you want to be really good at sourcing products, and you want to have as much capital as possible. The more capital you have, the more money you can make. Go ahead and follow me on TikTok if you want to learn some of my sourcing strategies that help me get to $20,000 going into my 3rd month, and how I'm able to find profitable wholesalers to help me scale even quicker. So you can see that after that video, I went ahead and kept posting literally every single day of just my journey on Amazon. I give so many tips. And again, if you want additional videos on that, go watch the TikTok. Literally, you can probably scroll for 5 days straight. There's just endless videos on there of me telling you exactly things that I was learning as I was growing and scaling. Now, again, like, I really don't like to share these kinds of things, but I think it's important just so you can see how Amazon's been able to change my life. Just some like material things, I guess, and I'm really not big into material things, but Amazon really is a lucrative business if done correctly, and this is kind of here to motivate you guys that, hey, this does really work. Okay, by my, again, first year, I was able to buy 2 of my dream cars. My first year, I got a Tesla. Okay, it was a sweet car, super, super fun car. Was able to buy that my first year. Fast forward a year later, I bought an X5M competition, literally a dream car of mine. I actually bought it for my fiance, but we share it. We both drive it, love the car, and I've always wanted one, and it was just crazy. I was able to do that at such a young age, so early on into my business endeavors. I also reward myself with a watch. Now, again, material things are cool and all, right? I love material things, but it's not the epitome of life. It's not like the number one thing that I care about. The biggest blessing and benefit that I've been able to get from Amazon is just being able to live life on my own terms. I love to golf. I literally play as much as I possibly can. I pretty much play every single day in the summertime. Love taking trips. We go pretty much on vacation multiple times every single year, just all inclusives and just visiting cool places, get to hang out with family all the time. I recently just started playing pickleball too, literally my new favorite hobby ever. I try and play as much as I can. And these are just things that I'm able to do because I'm not strapped into a job. I'm not strapped into a 9 to 5. I have the freedom to do these things. Golf course is always empty when I go because I go middle of the day when it's just people that are retired. Okay, and they're like, what the hell is this young kid doing on the golf course? Well, that's what happens when you run your own business and you're not stuck, working a job all day. Okay, I was also able to propose, and I'm getting married actually in about 4 weeks now from this day. To my beautiful fiance. We've been together for 6 years. Never felt financially secure to be able to lock it down, but Amazon's been able to open that up for me. And again, I feel like I'm in a position where I can definitely provide for a family, definitely want kids, want a big family. And it was obviously, it was already a long time coming, but I was able to do that this past summer. And again, we're getting married here shortly. So again, just a blessing from Amazon. Also able to buy a house that we're going to completely build up from the ground, pretty much redid the whole entire thing, gutted it. And I'm letting, again, my beautiful fiance design the whole house to her likings. These are things that I'm able to provide for her as a provider in our relationship. And again, it all stems from Amazon. Everything stemmed from me deciding that this is something I want to do. I don't want to work a job, right? I was stuck working at GNC. I was working, I was in college. I was working there part-time, and I had drive. I had ambition, but I tried businesses and I failed at them because I didn't commit to them fully. Amazon gave me the proof of concept so fast. I understood that this does work. And that's what one of the best things of Amazon is you can actually get sales pretty much immediately and see it work. And then you commit to it fully and you're able to go ahead and create life of your dreams if you're ambitious enough. And again, that's just what Amazon was able to do for me. Okay, outside of material things, again, these things are cool and all. I love material things. At the end of the day, living life on your own terms, there's nothing ever that'll compare to that. And again, Amazon was able to give me the opportunity to do that. Okay, and again, why else should you trust me? Just go watch my YouTube videos. Again, I promise you, you're not going to, again, if this is new to you, if you don't watch my videos, you will never find information that I share on my YouTube anywhere else. Okay, in depth on everything. No one shares this type of information. And I share it all on my YouTube page. I post every single week. So go watch more videos if you need more proof on why you should trust me. And again, I'm not here to tell you to trust me or anything, but at the end of the day, you need to make the decision for yourself. And this is actually a model and something that you want to pursue for yourself. So let's look at the old way of selling on Amazon before jumping into the sustainable way. The old way of selling on Amazon, retail arbitrage, okay? Very hard to scale. Obviously, retail arbitrage is going to stores, buying things on clearance. Extremely, extremely hard to scale. Obviously, everyone knows this, okay? Also, no replens, or it's very rare, right? You're not going to go into a store and buy things off clearance, then go back a month later and replen it. It's just not going to be there anymore. It's not going to be available. Okay, you're doing very high effort tasks for very minimal rewards. And in the beginning, you're literally gated in every product. You can't use these receipts to get approval. So you're not going to be able to even start with this. I've gone to my fair share of retail stores actually pretty recently, just for fun. I went to Grocery Outlet. There's a lot of profitable things in there. And honestly, it's a very lucrative model to do as well. But at the end of the day, it's much easier for me to sit down for an hour or 2 days and order items that my VA is sending me or that I have in my sheets than it is for me to go to Grocery Outlet myself and spend 3 hours doing that and then another ton of time prepping and all these other things when, again, it's very tough to do this at scale. It's very, very tough to do at scale. And that's on a smaller level, just a little piece on top of it. And again, it's because they opened up a brand new Grocery Outlet by me. So I was like, let's try it out. But it is a good store. They do have a lot of products there if you're buying one. It could be great. Okay, sourcing online clearance. Here's another way that people do it. They think that they need to source things online, but they don't actually source the right way. They source the old way, the outdated way, BrickSeek, clearance stuff. Okay, constant out of stock items. You have no replens ever. These items on clearance are never going to be replenishable. They're on clearance for like a week and then they're gone. Okay, you're sourcing in the dark. So what I mean by this is you're going to the store and taking those products to Amazon, but you have no idea if that product is even arbitrageable. So it's like, I have more videos going over this, like your efficiency is so bad. Okay, you're going to find more products that are not arbitrageable, and that's just not an efficient way to source. Okay, and again, a lot of times you're competing against newer sellers, so you're going to get price tanking, right? Every new seller does this because they think it's the right way to do it. It's not. And you're setting yourself up for failure by doing it this way. Here's another way and this was a big thing. A lot of people did this, and I think nowadays people realize that they can no longer do this. But essentially, you're doing online arbitrage, but you're only selling on a couple of listings. So you have a very shallow catalog. You don't have a lot of products. You have a lot of really big hitters that you put all your money into, and this can be extremely profitable. But the risk is always going to outweigh the reward, okay? It's going to be hard to sleep at night, and you have no control over your business, because we've seen brands that people were able to sell all the time randomly get restricted. I've seen people get tied up with hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory on products that they now got restricted for, and there's nothing they could do about it, right? And this is just the reality of Amazon. So this method no longer works. You can no longer just rely on this unless you want to be out of business within a year, or pray you don't and just keep riding the wave and getting lucky. And it's just a ticking time bomb that you want to avoid, right? If you want to do this long term and you want to actually sell on Amazon long term, things are changing, and they're changing quick. This no longer works. It used to work and people did all the time, but today it doesn't work anymore. Now, wholesale from unauthorized suppliers. Okay, people teach wholesale, and people think that wholesale is easier and more legit than online arbitrage. I hate to break it to you, but most people that do wholesale are buying from unauthorized sources. If I buy items from Walmart and I get a Section 3, I can show Amazon, hey, this is a legit product. Here it is from Walmart, and I'm fine. I can guarantee you're going to be fine, unless you're buying from a third-party seller on Walmart. If you're buying it directly from the source, the retailer, of course they have authentic product. They're going to work all the time. I have students, clients that get Section 3s all the time, because typically what Amazon does is they give Section 3s to new sellers when they start to get a lot of sales, just to verify their supply chain. So they'll pick random products, say, hey, let me see where you're buying these from. You show them your invoices, and hey, here's an invoice from Target, there's Sam's Club, there's Home Depot, 0 issues, accounts back, because Amazon verifies it's legit. You give them an invoice from Barney's wholesale liquidation, and that's not going to work. Amazon can't verify it's legit. Account shut down, you're done, right? So people think this is more legit of a business, but unless you're buying from like mega large wholesalers like your Kihi, your Unify, your Cisco, these really large ones that are easily verifiable, you're literally playing in the dark, and you are running a risky business that is 1,000% going to get shut down, because as you grow your sales, you're going to end up getting a Section 3 most likely, like new sellers do, and you could be out of your account, out of your inventory. You have no proper supply chain. Companies are no help if you have issues. And again, if this is against Amazon's TOS, because these are not reputable sources of inventory. Now, the other way is the brand direct way. And look, there's a lot of people talking about brand direct. This is obviously extremely scalable model, very lucrative, but this is you're no longer reselling, you're doing brand direct. Okay, people do talk about brand direct like it's some easy thing to do. Brand direct is probably one of the hardest models anybody can get into. So as a brand new entrepreneur, don't start with something that's this hard. Okay, at the end of the day, I never understand this, and I was talking to one buddy about this, but like, why would you do brand direct where you're essentially, you're more of an agency? So now you're in charge of sales, right? You have to get these companies to work with you. So you have to do sales. You have to have a sales rep, or you have to do it yourself. You have to do marketing for these products. Once you get them on, you have to run PPC. These brands are not going to just sell to you without you providing them a service. Unless, and if they do, then that means everyone has access to them. And why would you want to sell a product that's going to get saturated, right? And then you run into those issues. So like brand direct doesn't really make sense to me. I understand the concept of it, obviously. And there's people that have been doing Amazon for a long time that are making obviously a boatload of money with brand direct. But guys, this model is such a high level model. It is not for new entrepreneurs. Okay, it's not for new sellers. If your goal is to make 10K profit, don't do brand direct. Do online arbitrage, scale that thing up, do it reputably, legitly, like I'm going to show you here. And you can scale that up to produce yourself that income that you're actually looking for. If you want to build a massive mega company where you have huge teams, huge employees, and you're making 50, 60, 70K a month in profit, then yeah, do brand direct. Just realize that this is a way different level of a business. This is a much larger operation here, and it is not as easy as people make it seem. Okay, and for me, I've always thought about this like, okay, this is obviously lucrative, but I would rather just start my own product. I would rather just do private label. Why would I spend my time, which you don't have contracts with these brands? Like, it's not like you have any equity in the company. Why would you spend your time growing their brand on Amazon when you can just create your own product, do it yourself, grow your own brand, run PPC for yourself, learn all that for yourself, and exit on your own brand, your own company. You're doing all the work, but you're not getting nearly any of the rewards, right? All you do is resell their products, right? You're no longer a reseller with Brand Direct. And the whole point of Amazon with this model, right? People confuse these. The whole point is this is an easy, simple business to start to produce cash flow. Brand Direct is a extremely hard business to start and get into, and is going to take much longer to build out. Is it scalable? 100%. Is it, can you make a lot of money? Yes, you can make a ton of money, and there's people killing it. There's a lot of people in the space absolutely killing it. It is just a 10 out of 10 difficulty business to start. And again, in my eyes, I would rather just make my own brand, make my own supplement line, make my own whatever I want to do, and have full control over it always, and have equity in the brand so I can sell it potentially in the future and exit. Again, private label is super hard. This is just as hard. This is literally the exact same thing. And these are like the other ways of doing Amazon, right? Like these ones are tapped. Okay, these work. You don't want to do this at all. Be careful if you're doing this. And again, there's obviously reputable wholesalers to work with. But again, if you are working with those reputable wholesalers, they're going to require big spending for you to get any price cuts and anything there. And Brand Direct, again, fantastic model. It's so hard. Like this is not a beginner level business at all. Okay, so here's a sustainable arbitrage model. And this is how we do it. This is how we source. This is how we find products. This is how we're able to scale it. But before I jump into this, I know I'm teasing you guys here. I just want to show you this specific article directly from Amazon, right? Because people think that arbitrage and RA and these types of models is not a reputable means of selling on Amazon. They think that the only legit way is wholesaler, Brand Direct. Look, this is an article directly from Amazon themselves. Guide to reselling in Amazon stores. What is reselling? Okay, research product demand, procedures, okay, blah, blah, blah. You guys can, here's a link. You guys can look at yourself. But take a look at the lingo they got down here. Okay, learn the lingo. Retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage refers to purchasing products from retail stores at lower prices and reselling them for a profit. Unlike some other types of reselling, it involves in finding capitalizing on retail deals. It's possible to effectively use this tactic if you follow Amazon selling guidelines. For example, when you resell a product from a retailer, you might need additional documents such as invoices to sell the product. Before you try retail arbitrage, check here to see what selling fees might apply. So they're literally saying that you can do retail arbitrage. Okay, it's saying it is an effective way, it's an effective tactic as long as you follow Amazon's selling guidelines, which is obviously getting authentic product. It's making sure that you can prove to Amazon this is legit stuff. So Amazon tells us directly that this is allowed. So I don't want to hear people saying that this is not allowed. I see forums all the time saying, hey, OA, RA is not allowed. It is absolutely allowed. This is Amazon literally telling us that it's allowed. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way and I can clear some, get some ease, clear some minds, let's jump into the sustainable arbitrage model and why this is the best model for you if you want to make an additional several 4 or 5 figures in profit a month. So the sustainable arbitrage model allows us to buy unlimited products. Okay, this is essentially the whole goal with this model. It's building a system to maximize out the online arbitrage and the arbitrage market on Amazon with these couple things that we're going to implement. So unlimited products to sell. Okay, and with more products to sell, you have more products to choose from, which means we're going to have higher margins. And again, this is just more money you're going to make. So a lot of people buy product and they settle for bad ROI items because they don't have many things to choose from. So they invest $1 and they get back $1.50. Versus us, we can invest $1, get back $2, get back $3. We have more options to choose from. And again, I'm going to show you the types of products that we're targeting specifically to give us the ability to actually have the freedom to do this and to make more money. Okay, that's why my student Rick in his second month just did $5,000 in revenue, but he made $1,500 in profit because he has access to so many products to buy and he's able to choose the best ones to invest his money into. He's brand new. He literally just started month 2 and right. I know 5,000 is not a lot of revenue, but $1,500 in profit off 5K is pretty absurd, pretty unheard of. It's about a 30% margin, which is just nuts. So that's just one case closed example right there. And he's going to scale the crap out of his store coming up now that he's proof of concept. Here are some sourcing guidelines, right, to help you actually achieve this. You want to target small brands. Okay, an example, like what is this brand right here? Soft Sole Waterproof. Okay, it's just a really small brand. Again, like these are perfect products for us. We can source for $8.30. Again, the ROI here is okay. It seems like it's went down a little, but the ROI is okay. Nonetheless, the biggest thing here is like these are the types of brands that we are sourcing for. We are looking for items that are nice and stable like this. No new sellers would be like, what the hell? Like, I don't want to sell this random brand. I want to sell Neutrogena. I want to sell Nike. I want to sell Dove. No. With the sustainable model, we sell really small brands that we can easily tap into because one of the benefits to these is we can usually order bulk. Okay, people with OA say, well, I can't order bulk, order cancels, blah, blah, blah. No, with these types of smaller brands, you can order them in bulk. They want to sell inventory more often. This is one prime reason why we want to do that. We also buy products that have shrinking competition. So the way that we source using Keep a Product Finder, we specifically look for items that have a shrinking offer count because we know when the offer count is shrinking, that means that the item is going to end up being profitable again. So if you look at this item right here, over the last year, we've seen a drop off in the offers, and we've seen price go from $12 all the way back up to $14. And today we hover anywhere from $14.40 to about $13. So we can capture sales at about $14.50. Again, this is just one example, but we specifically are looking for items that are shrinking in offers historically. And this is how we're actually finding items that are so profitable, and we can find them so quickly because Keepa allows us to filter these things in pretty simply. We don't buy products that look like this, right? That are just tanking up in offers, right? This is the biggest red flag and the number one thing that we look out for, because we know that our margins are going to get cut pretty bad. So these are our sourcing guidelines. Now, as for your business guidelines, right, we only buy from authorized retailers. So again, like, we're not buying from sketchy places in China, Style Vanna, Yes Style, Yummy, right? A lot of people buy from these because they find products that are profitable, but no, we buy from Walmart, Target, Staples, Lowe's, Home Depot, and we use this kind of gift cards to really bake an additional margin, right? Walmart runs crazy deals. Home Depot does. Like, we bake in literally like extra $150, $200 in just one purchase a day. That's almost six figures, right? That's $50K a month, or sorry, $50K a year just from discounted gift cards alone. And this is just on top of already profitable products. And again, this is why I purchase from these authorized retailers, to protect our business, right? We want to do it by the books, always. Right? This is why I've been selling for 3 years. Have never once had a Section 3. I've never once had any issues with my account because I always buy from legit places. I can prove to Amazon there's any issues. It's simple as that. Okay, and again, this is a very scalable model, right? So let's lead down to how we're actually able to access these types of things here. So again, when we target smaller brands, right, we are specifically sourcing for arbitrage opportunities. Go watch this video right here if you want me to see the whole picture. But this is exactly, once you're done watching this is how we source for arbitrage opportunities. We source products. Again, the reason we do these small brands is because the products are not hard gated. These products are very safe to sell, no IPs. Typically, the brands don't care at all. And they're products that you can get easy approvals. And so as a new seller, you're way more likely to get auto approved in this soft sole brand than you are in Neutrogena. Okay, this is why this is a perfect way to go ahead and source your products. Okay, replenishable items, right? This is why we use shrinking competition. These are way more replenishable. We use evergreen coupons. These are not clearance items that we can only buy once. And again, these are usually way more profitable throughout the year, especially as the offer count's shrinking. You usually have several months of the year to just capture a ton of sales on it at a very profitable price. And this is with the product tracker that we implement. Now, as for authorized retailers, this gives us longevity. It allows us to play within Amazon's rules. We buy legit inventory that can be easily proven. And again, we're building a business for the long run. We're not just doing this for quick money. Okay, this is for the long run. That is one of the biggest things that got me into Amazon this way, was because I knew that I wanted to build something long term. I would hate to make money for a year and then have it just turn off like that. That scares me. Okay, and again, this is very scalable because we systemize our product lead flow. So virtual assistant that we pay $300 to $500 a month for, that is now sending us products consistently. And again, I have so many videos breaking these down, but virtual assistant that comes in, okay, we track all the old leads always. We literally track every single item whenever we see it. If it was profitable at one point, we put into keep a track product, we track it. Any item that we don't replenish, we track it. And this over time allows you to have a very wide, massive catalog. So you always have something that you can go ahead and flip. This allows us to always have these items because of this system. This allows us to have these items, and I have videos going over this system very much in depth. We buy from these legit places, not these sketchy wholesalers, because we want longevity. And we buy shrinking offer count products because we want replenishable items that are very profitable, and we target small brands because they are safe to sell. Okay, these 4 things are a recipe for success when it comes to Amazon, online arbitrage. And if you can implement these 4 things together, you specifically target these products and you build out your business this way, you're gonna have a long-term business that profits you a ton of money over time, and it's going to be doing it for years and years to come. And look, clearly, right, if you know anything about Amazon, you've been doing Amazon for a little bit, you made a little bit of money, you clearly know that there is an arbitrage market on Amazon. You see guys making, doing 100K months, 200K months, right? Obviously, there's a market on Amazon for arbitrage. And what this system allows us to do is maximize it as much as absolutely possible. And it's only going to grow over the course of your business if you implement it correctly, right? The tracker, the VA, it's only going to keep growing. And this gives you the foundations to allow that to happen and to allow it to blossom, is if you implement these systems correctly. And if you actually go ahead and you specifically look for these types of items, you have your VA specifically looking for these types of items. And this is exactly why I said that this is for you if you want a long-term business, if you like systems, and if you understand this is going to take time, because that product tracker takes time to play out. It's not going to play out tomorrow or next month. It's going to take several months for that to play out. Because ideally, what you're looking at here is you have your big catalog of products and you have all these products that are being tracked, right? Products that you are sourcing yourself with the methods, products that your VA is sending you, and products that are being tracked. And you have your catalog of products that are making you 100 a month, 50 a month, 30 a month, 1,000 a month, all in collection is giving you your big profits, right? Wide catalog. The system allows us to have a wide catalog. It allows us to have a scalable catalog, and it has to be implemented correctly. And a lot of people do Amazon like wishy-washy. They don't think about these things, and then they catch themselves a year later. They made a little bit of money, but like they're just always, and they're stagnant because it doesn't compound over time. They're just extremely stagnant. I don't know about you, but that's just something that I really wanted to make sure it didn't happen to me. And I wanted to make sure I did it correctly the first time. Now I can go on and on about how this works extremely well. Melissa started, she was at $7,000, scaled to $22,000, then $40,000. I have a video I made with her. Okay, she's just absolutely blossomed into an amazing Amazon seller. She knows so much about Amazon. And again, she's able to now produce consistent months, sticking to spend goals, big things like that. And she has a VA, best thing she's made. And yeah, I have a video with her. Check her out. Again, she's just an absolute killer when it comes to Amazon. Edson too, he started with me. He was doing about 1,000 a month, 4,000 a month, just on and off. He was in a very crappy group, and then he joined my one-on-ones, and he's been getting consistent sales and getting shipments out because again, we were finding products just so fast, and I was holding him accountable to making sure he was hitting his spend. He grew to 9K, 16K, 30K, 40K. Again, have a video with Edson himself. Again, he actually took this full time. Actually, both of them, Melissa and Edson, are now doing Amazon full time, which is just freaking awesome that they're able to do that. And Amazon's able to offer that ability right there. Maria too, 5K. Okay, I think this was like her first month. Couple milestones today. Today's 30 days since my first FBA sale. 10K, her very first. That's literally what I did. So she actually beat me by about $30. 10K, her very first month. And then again, here's her just a couple months later, producing 30K. You can see big growth over here. Hiring a VA made a huge difference for her. So again, like she implemented the system, making sure everything's getting tracked, got the VA on board, helping her out now with all this. And she's able to scale exponentially. She actually has help with her prep now as well, which is awesome to see. And again, like the reason she's seeing these results and the reason the other ones have seen the results is because they committed to it fully. They understood that, they literally came to me saying, I know I'm not going to make money tomorrow or next month or 2 months, and I'm not worried about the next 3-4 months, even though they're already profiting by then. They're like, I want to see this business in a year. I want to have a real tangible business that I can consistently make money from. And that's exactly what they've been able to go ahead and implement with this sustainable model, the sustainable arbitrage model. Okay, Damien as well. Okay, this is when he came in. He was doing strictly private label. Boom, crazy months, 70K. Literally within 3 months, he's been able to add 50K just from OA in 3 months alone. And again, he was able to do about 80,000, 82,000, 83,000 in February, this past February. So again, Damien is also just an absolute beast when it comes to Amazon. Just scaling so fast. They're getting like a shrink wrap tunnel, which is sweet. And that's just a couple of them. If you want to see endless wins, go to my Instagram page. You can literally just tap through here for a very, very, very long time. I've been doing coaching for, it's been a little bit now. It's been about a year, a little bit over a year. So the wins have very much accumulated up. And yeah, there's just a never-ending scroll here of wins from students, inventory, sales, all that kind of stuff, right? End of the day, this business works. It doesn't just work for me, it works for students of mine, and it works for just other people that do Amazon, right? So yeah, if you want to see a never-ending scroll of just student wins, go to my Instagram page right here, and you can do so right there. But yeah, it's end of the day, it's brands they're selling that we've never heard of. It's products they're selling that are easy approvals. It's products that they're selling that they've been able to find with various sourcing methods that I talk about and I teach, and methods that are not out there, because unfortunately, like some things like that have to kind of stay on reserve. Otherwise, you kind of burn loops. That's one thing that we're obviously not going to do. But look, at the end of the day, you can definitely learn. I mean, my first year strictly did reverse sourcing. Right? That's why I make so many videos on it, because that literally worked for me for my first year. I strictly reverse sourced with SellerAmp for a year, and I got myself to $1 million in sales just from reverse sourcing. Is there easier ways to source? You best believe it, there is. Keep a product finder, right? If you want to really find a method that works well, implementing Keep a Product Finder is what you're going to want to go ahead and try and practice and learn, because that method works so well of just like printing you products that are more likely cheaper online. And that's essentially how we're finding so many products so fast. But that's just the sourcing aspect of it. This is half of the puzzle, right? The other half of the puzzle is making sure you are implementing these systems, you're having a longevity, and you're implementing this product lead flow thing that I talk about here. I hope this video has been able to demonstrate clearly like what the business really looks like on the back end, like what the systems are, why this model works so well, and why it's like a legit way to sell on Amazon, right? This is why I want to reference this this article, because a lot of people are like scared about that and they think that this is the only way. But again, great businesses. If you're already like doing 120, 200K revenue months and like you want to get into this, then yeah, absolutely do it. But if you're brand new or you're stuck under 10K a month, there's no reason for you to jump ship and try a model like this. You're just going to get burned. And it's going to be way more work than you anticipate. If your goal is to get to like 10K profit, 4K profit, 5K profit, even just like 2K a month, just an extra revenue or extra profit pocket in your wallet every month, there's no easier model than online arbitrage. But make sure you're doing it in a way that's long-term and not just like this, where it's like you're just risking your account and it's hard to sleep at night. Okay, make sure you're not doing that. I would hate to see that, and I've seen a lot of people message me that are in that boat, and it just kind of sucks to see, but unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. So I'm making this video to all you that watch my videos. I appreciate everyone that watches my videos and supports me. Please go ahead and just keep these in mind when you're doing it. And again, this is just what's worked for me. This is what's worked for my clients, my students, and I work one-to-one with these people. I help them implement it. I source products together. We literally find products that they can just buy right away, get them sales, and then allow them to go ahead and scale their store with more products with the sourcing methods. But again, the biggest thing is getting them sales early on. That allows them to really get more auto approvals in more small brands and then get into bigger brands if they want to, right? Like this is kind of the natural progression with Amazon, and I just help hold their hand throughout that whole process. That is what my one-to-one coaching is all about. So if you are interested in getting your hand held, if you want me to help jump into your business with you, hold your hand, source with you, give you items to sell, all that kind of stuff, you want me to help you on a one-to-one level, there is a Calendly link down below. Feel free to book in a call, give you a demo of what that looks like. Obviously run through different options. I have several different ways I can help just depending on like what you're really looking for. Very flexible. I'm easy to work with, but I will hold you accountable. And again, people that we work with, I just really want to make sure that you are pre-vetted. Like biggest thing is just like these things right here. Right. Sometimes we get people on that are just like, hey, I have 5K. I want to make 20K next month. Let's do it. And we're just like, look, it's not going to work, man. Unfortunately, this just isn't for you. And then, we're off the call. But yeah, this is for you. If you actually do want this, again, I'm here to help. I have videos on my YouTube, right? If this is not for you, if you aren't looking for one-to-one help, cool. Completely understand. Hopefully this video was still able to kind of give you some guidance on what you need to do to implement this. And again, go through my YouTube videos, go through my TikTok, my Instagram, follow me all there. Go through everything because I share a bunch of insights into it. And you 1000% can do this completely on your own. I did it myself. I bought like a $200 Amazon course that taught me the basics, and I learned everything else on my own. And this is just 3 years of me running my Amazon business and figuring out, piecing together what works the absolute best, what is the safest. Everything's always changing. What's the most profitable, the most lucrative? And this to me has been that thing, which is what I talk about. So if you like it, again, follow me, go through my videos. I talk about all this stuff all the time. And if you are ready to take the next steps and you would like some personalized help, then there's that link down below for you. And I'm looking forward to meeting you and potentially helping you scale your business. So hope this video helped. See you guys next week. Take care.